Again, we bring the best of you in underground and on the main line. Tonight, some real legendary group that's been doing it 20 years plus, man. Multi-platinum, Grammy nominated group, still laying it down. Dropping hits like Freaks of the Industry, you dig, Six Package album, you dig what I'm saying? Also Same Game, you know what I'm saying? First song you ever heard, Tupac, you dig? And even the MEKANIX cats that you hear, I used to DJ for these cats, but tonight, we have a cat by sound, been ripping the airways, ripping the stages down, taking it to another level. And of course, man, known to have the iconic nose and the voice, the Younghump. You dig? We finna tap in like talking about it. Hey, it's 9 o'clock. Y'all know the recipe. Let's get it. Yo.
Hey, come here. Hey.
Hey, turn me up. Come here.
On my nuts like a whirlwind.
Hey.
Deep throat gagging like she curling.
Hey.
Sexy like a bitch named Merlin.
Hey.
You don't want to leave her alone.
Hello.
What's up, my people? Yeah.
What's up?
I didn't know.
Hey,
man, how you feeling, Humpster?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me get ready for y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me get ready for y'all. Get ready for y'all.
Man,
We don't want none of that ratchet love around here. None of that ratchet love.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah, we're wilding. What's up, people?
Man, for sure, people, man. How are you today?
I'm fabulous. I'm celebrating the release of the long-awaited, anticipated, escalated, situated, confiscated, interior decorated, elevated, premeditated, situated debut album of the Younghump album. Thank you, loved one. The Fabulous Imagination of Younghump is out now. Type in.
You dig that?
Yes,
go download that, man.
Y'all go get it.
The magic is in the air, man. It's fabulous too, family. You know what I'm saying? You expand yourself every time you guys drop an album. There's always something excellent, you did. And it's always something hard, man, for the culture, man. We appreciate your Hump, man. You know, Hump wanted to reach out, man, because I sure wanted to show love to the culture and make sure, you know, they knew y'all had some new hot joints coming out. And man, I sure appreciate you bringing your new release that just dropped today. You did?
Most definitely.
Oh man, it's an honor to celebrate with y'all. You know what I mean? I see what y'all doing. Y'all platform is solid, real. Y'all got the charisma. Y'all got the subject matter, the content. Y'all fresh. You know
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Absolutely. And much love, long live Shock G. Much love.
Absolutely, man. Big bro, man. You know what I mean? I may have snuck him on the album somewhere.
Wow. Wow. You did? Download that now. You did?
They gotta go here though. Tell me
get it. But you know, I said, you know what, nephew? I say, check this out. I gotta bring the Humps out so we could get so people could get the whole rundown. Because I mean, dude, the legacy that you cats brought to the hip hop culture, man, is just amazing.
Yes.
You dig what I'm saying? So let's just speak right up on it. You know what I'm saying? What was it like for the young Humpster first listening to music and falling in love with this culture and this thing called hip hop?
Man, I mean, you know, we just love colors and we love funky, high energy, lit shit. And just as a youngster, it was just like, these niggas is lit. And everything was just, you looking at hip hop, it's just so colorful and fresh and just, you know what I mean? Just like, right. I mean, I can't remember my earliest time I like looked at and was like, this is hip hop, but I have early memories. Like I remember the first time I heard NWA and just feeling like I'd been exposed to a secret society. You know what I mean? Yeah. I remember the first time hip hop is just such a beautiful thing because it's energy. And at the end of the day, it's its own energy. And when you tap into it, it's like we each could describe it our own way, which is what it's supposed to be, because hip hop is supposed to be original. You know what I mean?
Right.
So everybody has their own feeling about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And their own point of origin. So I love it, man. It's just a blessing, man. It's been the thing in my life that's given me the most energy. You know what I mean? I just love it so much. If that answers your question.
Yes.
Oh yes, it did. And we gonna dig right into that. You know, because you so hip hop, man. I mean, it's like,
yes.
When did you know, hey, look, you know what? I'm finna go all the way in with this. I love this thing we call hip hop. I'm finna take this to the top.
I'll tell you, it was when I realized that everything I loved in the world was in hip hop.
Wow.
So it was like, I don't need to go anywhere else to get it's all right here. So then it's like, if I focus on this, I'm connected to everything, you know, and I mean, I remember when I was young, I wasn't immediately like the freshest rapper. I wasn't immediately the freshest, you know, whatever I was trying to do, I had to develop my skills, but I just loved it so much. There was nothing else that had me that focused to master it. You know what I mean? I'll tell you a quick analogy. The way I would probably describe it now is, I remember being a little dude, and I looked at hip hop like it was like if you were standing outside looking at an apartment building or a house and they were having a party, and you were looking at the people dancing in the window and you were hearing the music, you're like, yo, that shit look dope. But you wanted to be in the party, but you weren't in the party yet. Now I'm in the party and I'm on stage. You feel me? So I had to develop to be able to get through the door, to be able to mingle in the party, how you doing, I was having, to then actually be able to be on the side of the stage waiting for my opportunity to now have my opportunity to be here with y'all fine people. You know?
There you go. There you go. That's a blessing. I love it.
For sure.
Yo, speaking of fine people, let me shout out my brother Dialansky in this thing and my loved one.
Dialansky, salute, man. Salute, King.
Thank you for watching, tuning in.
You know, nephew, when it comes to bars, you're an MC that really believe in bars. You so hip hop. What keeps you inspired to write hard bars and just you know what I'm saying, come correct when you do late, you know what I'm saying, cook up?
I appreciate you asking me that and giving me my props, because I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of things. I mean, I've always loved the written word, and just understanding that the power of the spoken, written, perfected word is like really the gift that humans have. It's the most powerful thing that was given to us by God, and that we have, because everything we do, we live by our word. And you meet people, like you communicate with people, you find your tribe through your word. You find your word. You walk into rooms and people have one perspective of you, and then you open your mouth and then things change and now they want to do business with you. Or you can talk one of your friends out of getting his ass beat by walking up and saying the right thing and saving the nigga. You know what I mean? You can walk up to somebody pretty and say the right things, and then they might give you a shot to prove that you're worth another conversation, and then one day, y'all are together, happy, smiling in paradise. So it's like words, you can express yourself. I mean, as a rapper, sometimes you write a rap, and then years later you listening to it and you remembering how you felt, you might remind yourself of some particular things that you need to be reminded of. So that's kind of like how I feel about that. But to even get specific to your question about staying on top of the bars, is there's a couple things. And one of the things particular to these nostril situation is this, right?
Absolutely.
It's like, okay, look, it'd be like, you know how people look at people and they judge things. So sometimes a person could see you, and because you dress a certain way or you look a certain way, and they may perceive what your ability is with language or with your intelligence level. So with me, I got the shiny nose on and shit. I'm over here. A lot of times people might just think I'm on some like la-di-da shit, but nigga, I goes in with the English language. So
doesn't know it.
And now it's funny because I do my job of, we make party music. Young Hump ain't really trying to get too heavy, because I likes to keep that funky, fun, sexy, vibrant shit going. But I like to throw some clever shit into it to make sure it ain't just like, fucking your bitch, got to do that,
Right.
I want to make it, You know what I mean? Like I take time
Right.
on my outfit. I make sure like my shit lean a certain way with the Lakers. I mean, you know, some Lakers. I preserve this jacket. This jacket is like 50
You
years
dig
old.
that? What's
I didn't
up?
buy this at a vintage shop. I bought this in real time. This was real time.
You dig?
So you feel me?
Right.
Word, word, word. And you know, speaking on that, young hump, it's like, you know, it's funny. And let me go back to being inspired. What has inspired you to continue to make the music you make? Because I know you guys do party music, but I know it's not like others, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what the numbers say. You know,
Right.
I see you guys, I don't see you guys on stage with blunts, 40 ounces or guns on the videos.
Right.
What keeps you inspired to make the music in the type of music that you make? And describe what type of music you make.
My nigga. Okay. It's a couple things. One is, you know, I'm just a fun-loving, life-loving kind of individual, right? And I maintain that. If I have to tap out and not pay attention to what's going on the news because it's gonna bring me down, that's what I'm gonna do. And so I gotta keep my shit, you know, in a certain mood and element and aura because that's me and that's where I thrive. So I'm smart enough to know what to avoid and then what to, you know, to tap into. And
Right.
I really love that type of stuff. Now there's multiple dimensions to my personality. I'm not just about some partying, you know what I mean? But I like to get philosophical and have deep conversations about the inner meaning of the meaning of inner. But at the same time, we like to turn up and have fun. And also when we realize that to be of service, like I could kick a rap to you to have you depressed, thinking about how the world's not what you want it to be and we all fucked off, or I could kick a rap to you to remind you that y'all some fly niggas, y'all got drink, we up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like,
Wow.
what's gonna make our body healthier? You know,
Right.
getting depressed is gonna stress us, and then we go, you know, and then we don't want that. We
Right.
want to be up here. So, you know, and then also my position being blessed to be, you know, brought into Digital Underground by Shock and MONEYB and everybody else. It's like we have a tradition and we have a legacy and we have a thing that we do. We bring that good time. We, you know, a DU party don't stop. So it's like I understand the assignment. So you know what I mean? When I come through, I make sure to come through and bring that because that's what it is. And we always need that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at it. Like I love it, it's natural, but on top of that, it's an honor. And then on top of that, it's a responsibility that serves a purpose that benefits me and everybody else. You know what I mean? So it's like
I could dig it.
And it's keeping that energy up, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, before I get into Shock G and you guys' relationship, let me speak on this. What is the process like so far as where do you guys get your concepts from so far as the writing process? And how do you come in the studio? Do you come in there and you hear a beat and you bring it home and write to it, or do you write it right there on the spot? Or I mean, do you and MONEYB get on the phone and hey man, what you got now? You know, how you guys do? What's the process?
Okay, it's a couple things, but I'll tell you this: the main answer is that each situation, each track is a little bit different. Like some tracks, Mon could have the concept for. Other tracks, I could have the concept for. Sometimes one of us might have a concept, and then the other one has a better concept. Sometimes one of us might have a piece of a concept. We mention it to the other one, and then we kind of like expand it. Like if she said to you, I think we should make a salad. And then you said, yo, what if we made a salad with sardines and avocado and salt and like she might have just, you know what I mean? Like, so sometimes it's like one person gives you this and the next person says, let me like take this here. As for how it comes, I mean, ultimately it becomes like a YouTube pom pom. I would say ultimately it'd be like, it's like a reflex. You've been writing for so long and developing so long, and the beauty of writing raps is a reflection of how we feel in our talk box, how we speak. So every day, even if a nigga don't write a rap for a week, let's say, which is rare, but let's say it happened, we talking the whole time. We chopping game. The part of the brain that writes raps is a daily thing because it's words and it's just how we live. So even if you're not writing a rap, we still, it's like not going to the gym, but you still lifting shit up. You still moving around. You still doing things that keep the motion going. So the reflex is strong. And then when we hear something, like I remember when I didn't know what I wanted to say, and every rap was like, what am I going to do? Now it's more like I know who I am and I know what I want to say. But when I hear like if this is a beat, I'm like, okay, this beat is great. So I'm not going to talk about getting a new car to this gray beat, but then maybe the song should be about coming out of the gray to get a new car, because shit been gray for a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna do a song about coming out of gray and getting a new car. Like I'm just going, but it's like your brain is looking for angles how you can make some, at least writers like me and MONEYB, because we want to make something of substance. We try to look for like angles. So a lot of times with us in particular, what we like to do is we like to hit things from two different perspectives. Like we got that video in the song called Be Cool. And my rap is I'm telling the girls, like, what's up, Chris? I'm telling the girls to be cool. Like I'm on some like, hey yo, baby, be cool. Just be cool, baby, be cool.
Right.
And then Mun is like telling the niggas to be cool. Like, nigga, be cool, be cool. So it's the same concept, but it's like, and we have a lot of songs where that's kind of like one of our little go-to things, because it further accentuates, so we have words, it further accentuates the dynamic of the difference between me and him. So it's not just two motherfuckers saying the same thing, and now we Cletus Mac in this thing. DU's in the building. What's happening with it, guys?
Cletus Mac, you there?
You know, and Cletus Mac gives me that's my spiritual advisor, my consigliere. You know.
Oh man, salute.
Most definitely.
It's getting real town business up in here. I got my man Chris in here.
Come on, tap in. Thank y'all.
Thank everyone that tapped in.
We appreciate it.
Oakland's in the building. Oakland's in the building. I'm West LA, but Oakland's in the building.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
I'm an honorary Oakland nigga now. That's what they tell me, and I'm
to
say so.
Right. You know that's crazy. I suppose I'm going out there to California next week, man.
Where y'all at again?
Well, we out here in Port Arthur. We near Houston, Texas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We coming out there for the fight, the little Larry Hoover concert.
Ooh, that's incredible. Yeah. Okay.
Come slide out there, man. Come get some of that good Cali air right quick.
Gotta do it.
He's originally from California,
but I was born out there in Cali.
Yeah.
Okay. Respect.
For sure. You know, having a career like yours, you did even before. Tell me what it was like meeting Shock G. You know, I know you have family that you know close to Shock and everything, but tell me your first initial meeting with him, even before the conversation.
All right, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't think I've ever said this before publicly.
Wow.
So, the first time that I ever saw Shock G, I didn't meet him yet, but it's a good story. I remember I was outside of the House of Blues. I don't know who was performing. He wasn't performing though, but he was just there. And I remember watching him walk up on a couple that was smoking cigarettes, and he asked them if he could give them $2 for 2 cigarettes. And I remember thinking to myself, that's so cool. Everybody be trying to bum cigarettes. This nigga came with a fair exchange, ain't no robbery, and said, can I give out $2 for 2 cigarettes? And the girl was like, absolutely, and gave her the 2 cigarettes. So I remember just taking note, like, okay, he's a swift, smart, clever brother. Fast forward to, you know, I've seen him a few times, like after that. And I mean, it's possible I might have seen him before that, but I really don't remember. I just remember that's like such a profound moment. I mean, in terms of live, because I don't remember if I saw him live before that. Anyways, long story short, when I finally did meet him, it was a profound moment via some family. I seen him standing on top of a hill when I was driving up. So like imagine driving around a hill and he's like standing on top of a hill and you're looking up and you see like this man standing up on this thing. It was shocked. So we got to build that day. All the mechanics. Wait, hold
To the Mechanics, man. One of my favorite beat groups.
Big
man.
shouts out.
Big ups to the Mechanics.
Oh yes, most definitely.
That's a whole interview if you even talk about them.
Most definitely.
Faux Rags and
go ahead,
Tweed. Them brothers, dynamic duo, ain't even dynamic a word enough to describe what them brothers.
Man.
Dang.
Big thanks.
Long time fans, man.
Man, I'm over here looking at my album like my album's pretty solid, but I ain't have the Mechanics going on there. I'm bugging. Love you too, family. You know what I mean? Over there.
Yeah, for sure, family.
And
hopefully we can bring them to like talking about it one day, family.
Oh man, yo,
them dudes, man.
Them when they, oh man, appreciate you. Yeah, we out here, new album. Once again, for everybody paying attention, the Younghump album is out now.
Younghump album out, man. Fabulous Imagination.
Yes, it's out,
Younghump is out, man.
Fabulous Imagination, yes, sir. Yeah, because we, I mean, I stand by most of what I said, but there's a couple things that are just, just out there, just having fun, giving people what they, yeah, I shit. Oh yeah, I shit way deeper than music, family. You know that. I done slept with, man. Shout out to my little nigga Charlie, man. The little Charlie, the 3-eyed wonder dog. My nigga woo. Okay, we're going in. But what was your question? What was your question? What
was your question?
Oh,
man. Shock G, bro. Shock G.
Absolutely. And man, the Mechanics story of Shock G too. I mean, man, Shock G was like a big brother to all of us, man. And he really just Shock was the kind of person that would see something in you and just know to stay in touch. So long story short, when me and him kind of like linked, we stayed in touch, but it was like from a like, few and far between. And then once I had the epiphany to portray him in the movie All Eyes on Me. Shout out to L.T. Hutton. I was gonna say,
for sure.
I put together a little, audition reel of me being him, and caught up with him and showed it to him, and then we started building, and then he came with the idea of me running out there rocking with Mun because he was on the low, wasn't doing shows at the time like that, and then I just kind of got with it. And it just picked up, and then I got the part in the movie, which took it to another level. But see, even though Shock telling me to perform, when I'm walking in to finally do my audition, I'm walking in with street cred. Like, nigga, I do this. I'm not just another actor. I'm a nigga that actually runs around and does this. This is what it is. So it was a beautiful, like, Shock will put water into your soil and put wind in your sails. Shock give you shit. Shock could drop jewels on you. So he's always been, that person that just dropped those real, like, there's a lot of things he said that he might have even said it like real, like ba 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 ba. But then you be thinking about it for years, like ba 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 ba. Like you be going on there with it, but he just gave it to you like facts.
Now tell me now, Hump. Now look, I want you to be honest with Hump, man, because this is man, this is what makes the story very interesting. Shock tells you, say, look, bro, I want you to come on, be part of Digital Underground. Now, mind you, he's been teammates with these other guys 20 plus years. What is the first initial reaction when they hear about the idea and you actually see them and they see you?
I mean, I had to prove myself to each individual in their own mind.
Wow.
And some of it was more here, other of it was hearing that certain people was like, and then when they would, certain people before I even met them, they went through a period of checking me out, like, who's this nigga? And then kind of being like, okay, and then being like, he kind of got okay. And then by the time I meet them, niggas will be like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, nigga. When I first heard about you, I wasn't even fucking with it, but you solid. Like, I was meeting motherfuckers like that. which
Right.
is a beautiful thing, because I just do what I do, and I'm not gonna let nobody down, my niggas. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna here to let nobody down. That's on everything I love, and so that's how I look at it. And but you know, like for example, when I met Mun and he tell the story, and I tell the story. We tell the story whenever we can because it's a funny story. But long story short, when Shock first brought the idea to Mun, see, Shock had a practical joker side to him. So if you do Shock, you know that like he fuck around and you know what I mean, fuck around. So Mun thought it was like you got some guy that's gonna be Humpty. What is he talking about? You know what I mean? Because at the time it was the guy to be Humpty. So he told Mun about it. I didn't meet Mun for like 2 years later till after that. So by the time I meet him, I met him at the Tupac event at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA. So when I meet him, I'm like, yo, brother, I'm like, what up? He's like, yeah, I heard about you.
Wow, like
with
that, huh?
Straight face.
Just straight like that.
And I'm like, he's looking at me, you know, skeptical, but we exchanged numbers, and then eventually, you know, we got together and he gave me a shot, and you know, and then we became, me and this nigga best friends right now. So it was an amazing kind of like thing, and understandable, because how would you know if your man's got jokes? He's a practice joker. You don't really, you know what I mean? So yeah, so each individual is kind of like that, but I'm honored to say that to the fullest extent of my knowledge, everybody from digital, in their own way, some more illicit than others, have said to me that I got it. You know what I mean? That I'm solid. My shit is correct. Like some people more been like, yo, when I didn't know, but you know, other people just more like, you doing your, you know what I mean? So everybody, you know what I mean? I've you know, I mean, it's been 6 years. It's been 6 years. You know what I mean? Going on 7. You know what I mean? So you know.
Well, let me ask you this, nephew, and this for advice for those that may not be too up on themselves, or they may not feel they're much, or they can't be themselves. And a lot of times we get in the game and we become two people. We the people we are, and we who the people who the game creates.
Yes.
You dig? I noticed that you're on. Man, let me tell you something. Young Hump, you at the top of the list, nephew, when it come to when I say you could never call industry fluff. Tell me, how do you continue just to be you beyond the criticism? People that may not know about the famous knows, people talking down. How do you continue to be you?
I got one for you, man. All right, I'm gonna answer this question like in reverse, so to speak. I had one moment where I lost my mind, and what I mean is not like industry. I mean, like you said, the criticism. We did this one show somewhere in, I think it might have been Baton Rouge, and there was this dude in the crowd, and he looked just like that boy Bradley Cooper, the actor. He had one of those faces, and I'm rocking, and the whole time he's looking at me like, this motherfucker ain't. And he's telling his friends, and he's just looking at me like hating, and it's bothered me. At a certain point in the middle of the show, I leaned over like, look, man, Shock G asked me to do this shit. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. And he's looking at me. This is the funny part. I'm leaning over, and this voice says, nigga, you just asking to get knocked out. Like, I'm leaning over like this, like, go ahead, right? Like, and I said, nigga, you bugging. Like, you just stick your head on a platter. Like, what if he'd have just been like, nigga, shut up, and just knock me out? So I said, okay, I can never, ever address any of that hater, weirdo people that are mad with other things and they take it out on you shit ever again. So that's what kept me, because you know when you put yourself in a stupid situation and you're like, damn, I was blessed that I didn't catch an L right there.
Right.
So then you be like, I can't go out like that again. So that's how I keep myself from dealing with the critics, because I understand that it's two things. Most people that's going to take the time to get at you are just mad about some other shit. and they just looking at you, and I'm the easy target. I'm the nigga with the shiny nostrils. So what's happening? But here's the other thing though, is I understand because people love Shock so much, and that shit is sacred. So to some people, if they don't know the story, if they don't know that Shock G asked me to do what I do, like I have to explain to a motherfucker, what you think I just got on stage and said I'm gonna be Humpty now? Do you think I just said, I'm or do you even think that I asked him, hey yo, Shock, let me get on stage and get paid doing your shit? Like, it was his idea because he was chilling and he wanted somebody to take the torch, take the nose. So I was like, cool. You know, I would never even think. I just wanted to play him in the movie. That was the only thing that I initiated. He was the one that even told me to come with my own name and to make my own music. Oh, he like, you need to make your own name, make your own music, all of that. So I'm just following instructions and agreeing with the suggestions that made sense to me. So that answers that part of the question. But to answer the other part of the question about being myself is this, like, you know, I understand that I'm carrying the legacy. You know, I carry the nose, and you know what they say: heavy lies the crown. I should say, slippery lies the nose. You know what I mean? And so, with that type of shit, it's kind of like I gotta maintain what it is, but I also have to add on and contribute. So I don't want to just be a straight mimic, but at the same time, I got to make sure I keeps it. You know what I mean? You ain't never seen Shock in this album before. You ain't never seen Humpty Hump in this outfit before, right? This is how I freak it. Because I got to bring something to it, but you feel the essence. And that's kind of like what I look at it like. Like, I'm going to keep the essence, but I'm going to add, you know, if you teach me how to make a recipe, I'm going to take what you taught me and I'm going to sprinkle some other things that I have. I'm going to go over here and pull some other shit and add some shit to it niggas wasn't thinking about, because that's just how I am. So it's like I maintain myself within maintaining the essence of, like I said, we ain't on here doing raps about apartheid and all this whole extra shit, like deep, but we do songs that are like conscious, but we keep the consciousness fun. Thank you for repping. So yeah. So anyways, I make sure to keep the vibe, the energy, the essence, keep it in the same lane, keep it in the same spirit, keep it in the same vibration, but bring something to it that I add to, because that's what Shock wanted and told me to do.
Oh. Well, let me just ask you this, and excuse me if it might be too old school. What's the definition of you when I ask you, what's the definition of a real MC?
The definition of a real MC.
Because I mean, hey, I'm talking about, because you guys, from the stage to the booth.
Man, all right.
I mean, what's your definition? Because I mean, I know it got to be up there, bro.
And see, that's why it's amazing. You just said that, from the stage to the booth, because you actually like went in the direction of where I'm going. Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, my nigga. I was gonna say, yeah, what's up, man? Khalil in this thing. Yo, my man Khalil in here. He's a fool on that mic. Numb from the Loonies, son. He is a fool on that mic. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all gonna think I'm putting extras on it because it's Numb son. I'm not putting extras on it because it's
Numb and Yuck is
I
nasty.
swear to you, I would take my oath on this. If that nigga got on the song with Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick would have to bring his A game. That's how nasty that nigga is on the microphone.
Tap in, like talking about it.
Okay.
So then, like, the apple don't fall far from the tree.
From the tree.
But, to get back to what we was. Yeah. So with the MC, because it's a complicated thing, and I don't want to go too long. You see, I'm long-winded, but I'll say this.
Hey, come on with it, Younghump. We here.
I'll say like this. Okay. Like, okay. for example, you said the stage to the booth. See, that right there is a thing alone, because there's some real MCs that really don't get busy on stage like that. So it's kind of like you know, certain MCs say you have to be able to freestyle, you have to be with nice pen, and you got to be a monster on stage. Some of our heroes, some of the nastiest niggas that ever rapped, ain't really shit on stage. So to me, you can be a real MC and be a lackluster performer. You know what I mean? Just like you can be a great live performer and have all the charisma and have a flow, but not really be talking about shit in your bars. Or just be kind of repeating what other people say, but you just make it sound good. Like some niggas, they rap, and it just sounds like all the rhetoric of 100 other motherfuckers.
Right, recycling.
Like, you know, the ultimate MCs bring some originality to the game on the mic, and they live, and they get busy. But to me, if I say what I would say the minimum requirement of a real MC is you gotta have at least one of those three things. You have to be able to demonstrate it at a high level. That's like, for example, I know some niggas that you get them at a barbecue, you throw some beats, they can freestyle, and that shit is saucy. I consider them real MCs. They're written, not all that. On stage, they never even been on stage, or they get on stage and it's just whatever. Then I know motherfuckers who are. Then you got some of the old school brothers that they're still, you know, still kicking the, like, you know, and you know what I say, but you know, and it's not really like what motherfuckers would consider per se super lyrical, right? They rock that.
Right.
So, you know, and then you got people that are just bar masters, and they just get busy with the bars, but they step on stage and they never freestyle. So it's like you gotta at least have one of the things. Now the motherfuckers that I love the most have it all. You know what I mean? Now you might not see all of it. Like I can't exactly think of a moment I saw LL Cool J, let's say, freestyle off the top of the head, but I'm pretty sure he can. But we know he's got the rhymes, we know he's got the stage. I imagine he can freestyle. You know, guys like Nas, I've seen him freestyle before here and there. So, but yeah, to answer your question, you gotta at least have one of those things you can demonstrate at a high level. You know what I mean? At least one.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this too, even taking to the stage, and then I'm gonna speak on the mechanics. Man, you guys, what's so still you guys haven't changed nothing. It's like even. I'm gonna even speak on this. I'm gonna take this little history for instance. You know, back in the day when Do What You Like video shoot was coming, Shop went shopping to get some extra things for the video, and that is when he actually decided to pick up the nose and started the nose thing. And my thing is, I still see you guys throwing beach balls and got water guns, and I mean, say, bro, tell me what the preparation like for y'all shows. That should be looking fun.
Yeah, I mean, what's really beautiful about it, that's a really good question. What's beautiful about it is, like, because the what did it say, the table is set, everything is set, like this is what we do. We brings the party through. So we know. And we happen to have those kind of, like, okay, if you take a person who's not really that much of a party kind of motherfucker, then if their assignment is to turn the party out, that's not what they do. Like, I'm not the nigga that goes around trying to scare people. Like, you know, so if my mission was to go scare a bunch of niggas, I have to, like, damn, what am I? Okay, I'm gonna go. I guess I'm gonna have to come through with a tank and a bazooka and a gorilla and some ninjas and some bats, right? I got it. You know, it's not really my natural. But a Debo nigga, that's what he does. So we are party niggas. We like girls. We like to have fun. We got jokes. We like to drink. We just fuck around. So when we looking at, like, we about to go do the show, all that day, our mind is like, oh, I'm about to do the show tonight, and like, a motherfucker might see something dangling and just grab it. Like I might be like, oh shit, look at this light bulb. I might you know, just stick it in my ear and just, you know what I mean? Like, you just, whatever's there, we run with.
Right.
Like, so if we hit a store, I mean, my nigga, we go, like, a lot of that shit, it don't even be like we went to the party supply store. Like, niggas will go into a fucking truck stop to get some motherfucking water, and they be having, like, beanies and little weird hats and little shit. We be like, let me grab that. And then I did a show one time in one of those reflector jackets that niggas wear on the side of the road, like traffic and shit, and came out in the town, though, at the Players Club. I wore that shit in Jeffries, right? Which is like it's like an Oakland Players Club. And I walk in there, niggas is in there with, you know, Players shit on, and I come in there with the fucking street construction shit on, with the reflective shit.
He said with the reflectors.
But I had on an ill, like, my shit was, you know, I made it work. Nigga made it work. So it's all about just being zany. I mean, Shock told me a great story one time. Getting ready to do a show, and he had on like a $1,700 jacket or some shit. And he's in the room, and the whole time before the show, he's looking at the rug, and he's looking at the couch, and he's like, damn, that fucking throw rug on the couch looks so much better than my jacket. And he was sitting there looking at it. He was like, man, I'm really about to put this $1,700 jacket back in my little hanger and throw this little hotel throw rug on my back and do this show. And he did that because he just looked better with what he was wearing. It's like, you got to be a certain kind of nigga, because a lot of people, they just going to be dealing with the monetary. I'm going to wear the expensive jacket because that's how people think. But when you a certain kind of motherfucker, you transcend the monetary limitations or what everybody else's money. Well, this is worth more. Let's see, I got to. It's like, yeah, that's great, but nigga, that shit look better and it's hotter. So it's about, you know, keeping it, and it's the same shit with, like you said, with the Do What You Like video. The niggas was going to a party supply store. He wasn't going in there looking for no noses, and saw the noses, and they was like, you know, 25 cents. He bought 100 of them for a couple of dollars, and then threw it on. And then in the video, he's rapping, and the hunky part, it just made sense, and that's the character came after that.
Right.
Yeah.
Voice, but didn't even have the name yet. He was just rapping with the voice, saying, "Yo, do what you like, yo, you know." But he didn't even have a name or character yet. So once he put the nose on and saw it in the video, it was like, oh.
That was it. That was it for him. Yeah.
I mean, that's what being in the moment and being open and being receptive to what the universe is telling you does. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna ask you this very important question right here, and this kind of gonna hit home, nephew. Check this out.
Talk to me.
How? Because first of all, you killed all eyes on me.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you that.
Most definitely.
How hard was it for you to perfect Humpty Hump, and then at the same time? As Mamafee always asks, how do you balance just being you and then being Humpty Hump?
Being Younghump.
I'll tell you like this. It was really just like a zone I got in. I just really just like kind of just went in. I mean, it helped that we have certain similarities. You know what I mean? Like physically, but we both Virgos. MONEYB a Virgo, Cletus Mac a Virgo. We in here at a Virgo. But I was gonna say, it was really just like, you know, Shock is real cool and laid back. Humpty is like real on blast, padding with it. So I guess I just, you know, there's like two sides of your personality. But as an artist, you're like presenting yourself a certain way. Like a lot of the gangsterist niggas that ever rap, that we see them and everything is gangster. When you rip them niggas, they can have little kitty laughs and be on some goofy shit. But you don't see that. You just see what they want to present to you. So the way I looked at it was like Shock. He split his personality. Like the cool me is gonna be Shock. The excited me is gonna be Humpty. So for me, it was just kind of like it was already like the template was already there. So I was like, okay. So that's sort of what it was. And just locking into the movie, it was just because I played both of them in the movie. It was kind of like when I'm shocked, I'm like, yo, God, we should be da, 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 da. When I'm Humpty, it's like on stage, you know.
Yeah.
So that, I hope that answered your question fully.
Yeah, come on, man. You know it's good, nephew, man. You most definitely answered my question. Well, let me also ask you this. Let me go on and get to my bars, because, man, hey, man, this is one of my favorite beat-making groups. Tell me what, first of all, meeting the Mechanics and what the session is like, man. Man, one day before I die, I have to go in the studio with the Mechanics to just watch them make a beat. Tell me what that's like, nephew. Come on. That's just like telling me you in there with Dr. Dre or Quick or somebody. Tell me what it's like, bro.
So you know, y'all know.
Oh, yes, and you do.
We most definitely know the Mechanics.
Them brothers.
The Mechanics.
Them brothers. I actually have a clip on my page of them in the studio. It's funny. I recently trimmed my shit down. I had 90,000 things. Now I got like a little over 200, and so I kind of like I trimmed it so it's easier to find. But yeah, I mean, them brothers, man, they blessed with light, with feeling, and it's like, because music is feeling, and a lot of times, you know, people like overthink it, and they blessed with feeling. I mean, it's thought too, don't get me wrong, but what I mean by that is, like, you know, the music that we all love the most, it comes from just, it's as simple as like looking and be like, yeah, it's just like, wah, 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 wah. It's just natural. So dancing is just natural. So when you watch it, it's like, you know, it's like for example, the track might be laid. Like I haven't seen, actually, to be honest, I haven't seen them start a track from nothing to all the way to the end. I've seen a track that was pretty much ready and then, you know, add to it, or I've seen the very beginning of something get started and then later I hear what it became. So I never saw like the whole entire thing, right?
Right.
So, but just watching the way they tap in and just, and it's two of them, and they both are like one person, but they're both different. So it's like you don't even know. It's some magical shit, to be honest.
Right.
And it's just a blessing. It's a blessing to watch. And then, you know, Dot be singing them hooks. Forax be singing them hooks.
Yeah, Forax. Real, yeah. Hell yeah. Man, how that Ratchet Love came about, man, that is dope, man. Come on, Forax on the hook too, man, the Mechanic. Man, that Ratchet Love, come on, man, I've been banging that.
Yeah, Ratchet
You killed that one, nephew. MONEYB, man. Come on, man.
And see, here you go. Because when we did that
big shouts out to MONEYB.
I was like, yeah, he killed that. I was like, I gotta come with something to be different. So I went like, I was snapping. Like I was like, all right, Mullen came with like, you know, and I was like, all right, let me go the other way just to make it like a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, man, but yeah, the Mechanics, so they special. I mean, that's why Everything Moving from the Town got some of their production on there. I mean, I can't even think of another producer that is as comprehensive to their area like the Mechanics. Like, I'm not gonna say no names, right? But even the New York motherfuckers that are the most that you think they did shit for everybody, like the Mechanics. Because you can be like, well, he never did a track with this guy. He never did a track with this guy.
Right.
Like Mechanics,
they the truth, bro.
They did something with
anytime they get they do, bro. It respect due, for real.
Outside the Bay. Mad shit with Scar.
Yeah, man,
and all kinds of shit.
Real talk. Real talk.
Love it, brother.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you a producer also?
I do dabble. Yes, I dabble a little bit.
That's what I did a research on that. I seen that.
I appreciate you. I appreciate Mamafee. I was gonna say I actually did the interludes on the album too that are uncredited. I said I'm gonna just leave that out there and let people figure it out. You know who did that and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, right.
Hell yeah. Well, nephew, in this time in our show, you know, we have our last part that we call Talk Your Shit. So we just go into the mind of you know, the artist, you know, to get their opinion on things. And, you know, it has nothing to do with hating or anything like that. You did what I'm saying? It's just about what the artists maybe prefer.
Yes.
You did? So let me ask you this, nephew. If Hump came right now, came to Cali and I say, hey, Hump, come swoop me up. We jump in the car. What is Young Hump listening to in his day right now?
Right now, I'm listening to that Snoop Dogg, make this money, make the money.
Don't you get me?
Yes.
Got a lot of money.
That
Man.
shit is real. And I need that song because, man, I need a show real quick because, man, we out here trying to make it work. Shit is real in the field. But that song gives me hope and light for the future. You know what I mean? I love seeing Snoop in the video. My nigga went and said, check out the new fit. I don't know if y'all seen the video, but man, you seen the video?
Yeah.
Snoop?
Yeah.
I was like, Snoop, okay. I'm like 2022 on these niggas. All right.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. Real talk. Let me ask you this. From back in your time, having that love for hip hop and the culture, tell me, because everybody had a favorite, tell me your favorite group and favorite song. Hip hop.
My favorite group, you know, present company excluded, aside from Digital Underground, my favorite group is Wu-Tang Clan. I'm that Wu-Tang nigga. And
yes.
yeah, I fuck with the Wu heavy.
They got to the Wu.
I was gonna say my favorite song though, that's hard, but I'll say woo.
I'm talking about a song, nephew, the first time you heard it, you said, woo! Now that's it. That's for the change sometimes.
You know what? You know what? I mean, because it's like it's impossible to name favorite song, but I'm gonna just take you to a song that I remember. I remember when I heard it, because I already mentioned Eazy-E earlier, whatever. But I remember standing in my man Human's crib, and I remember standing there looking at the I remember how it felt, like looking at his stereo, just frozen, and it was all the planes came from far and wide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can do it like that?
So, yeah.
Getting to look a lot like, follow my every step, take those out, how about, woo.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Dream collabo, unlimited budget. Who on the beat and who gonna feature?
I fuck with that question. Okay.
Unlimited.
Okay. Unlimited. I'm talking about, hey, you and the whole underground, you MONEYB, because y'all lyrical bartenders with no shot glass. So look here. Who else? Who on the track? Who making the track?
Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I can have it. Okay. I'm going in. I'm a freestyle this one. It's a girl song. We're going to start there.
All right.
MONEYB. This is not an order.
All right.
MONEYB, Younghump, Snoop Dogg, Richie Rich, Ghostface Killer.
Amber, trying to kill the mic.
Remember, this is a girl song. This is a girl song. We going in. I need the niggas that's gonna come with that extra out shit that I need to hear. Somebody on the tip. Motherfucking Rob O from I&I. I know it might not make sense to everybody, but trust me, Rob O is my nigga, and Rob O. And maybe and since I said Rob O, fucking Pete Rock doing the beat, and Rob O has there's a song by a group called I&I, the album is Center of Attention, And
Tap
one of my
in.
favorite lines I ever heard anybody ever say in a song was, so the song is called Center of Attention. And it's like a kind of like, it's a soulful beat that you could go a lot of different ways with. And the first rapper comes with like, it's three dudes that go, I don't remember who went first, but the first dude kind of took it like, it's called Center of Attention. So he's kind of rapping about like what it's like to have the pressures of, being in the game and, people want things from you and just what it's like and all this. And he kind of like went there. It was dope. But Rob O came in like, nah, nigga, this is some pimp shit. And his first line is, he comes in, I prefer the player's approach, so bust it. Something. Look, I prefer the player's approach, so bust it. Skin's looking lovely, and the joint stay bumping. Like, and I was like, you can do that. Like, the nigga said, yeah, that's cool, but this some player shit to me. So I was like, that's my nigga for life, just for the strength of that ball, and I would love to hear. But yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about the Max and rap that really came with that fly shit. Because, I'll tell you another thing, too, why I say that. Because a lot of my favorite rappers is some real gun buckets, right? And so, for me, it'd be like, I want to do songs with niggas, but I ain't on no song with no nigga talking about selling crack in the projects and busting on niggas. So, I'd be like, we got to do a girl joint fucking with me. You know what I mean? I'd be like, shout out to my nigga G Perico and shit. That's my nigga. And I want to do on some girl shit. Because that's where we can, it all meets there. It all can meet there. So, anyways, yeah, that's probably, and you know who else I want on the song? Ty Dolla $ign. Yes. That'll work. That's a really ill question. I fuck with that question.
Well, check this one out. And I need you to be honest with us now, nephew.
I got you, Ken.
Now this is for MONEYB. Don't be starting no mess with nephew about this now, MONEYB. Does Younghump ever get writer's block, or does there's two questions in one? And has MONEYB ever dropped on you where you had to rewrite and say, well, hell no, hold on.
The second question, yeah, Mon has definitely gassed me on a couple of tracks out there. We got this one song on the MONEYB and Younghump album. Wow, that motherfucker is retarded. There's this one song called She, and I'll never forget when we did the song. We recorded it with my brother Gutter Dash in Reno, and I never forget. I had my rap done a little soon. It took him a little bit longer than me. And I remember when he was done, this nigga Mon, he finished the last line like this. It was like a movie. And I'm looking at him, and he goes like this. He goes, smiles, like this satisfaction. He looks at me and goes, yo, are you ready for some classic MONEYB shit right now? Yo, that verse on that song for me is top 5 all-time raps of his. I put that up there with Around. I put that up there with Freaks in the Industry. Like it's
been nice,
phenomenal. And when niggas hear that, that's all.
And dope voice.
Like MONEYB snapping on that mic. So,
bro.
That definitely happened. As for, I mean, writing comes in waves. There's moments where that shit be hot and you be really feeling it, and then there's moments where you gotta not, you don't want to like squeeze, like you're trying to squeeze it, and you're like, you know what, I'm squeezing too much. Let me just breathe. Let me live, and it might, you might need a couple days or something just to kind of like unwind from that, because you can do anything too much. And I believe with creative shit sometimes. But see, here's the thing: you can get into a zone where you can be going every day hard, writing for a month, just like getting it, and then one day you be like, I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm I'm just sit here and actually do nothing for a minute. I'm gonna just, you know. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's how it goes. Ebbs and flows. You know what I mean?
Now we finna go a little bit deeper, nephew. This is where I need you to make choices. Just who you may prefer to listen to. You know, maybe for whatever reasons. We ain't gonna even get into the reasons, but whoever you prefer to listen to. Jay-Z, Lil Wayne.
I prefer to listen to Lil Wayne. He a Virgo, and I could relate to what he's talking about a little more.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying I think he's I'm not saying that I think he's better.
Right, absolutely.
You said what I prefer to listen to.
Right.
Now I'm gonna ask you something. It may be hard. I don't know. I kind of know your answer, but then I don't know because I put something pretty good up to it.
Talk to me.
And I'm speaking old school. And this is one of your favorite groups. Tribe Called Quest or the Beatnuts.
This nigga knows me. Yo, you want to see something?
Uh-oh.
You want to see something? So, at the crib, I got that Tribe right there.
Oh,
but right
look
next to my mic, I also got that motherfucking Beatnuts.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
So here, that's. I mean, I'm gonna have to say Beatnuts, but that one is like a interesting one because there would be times where I would rather hear Tribe because I really want to go into like a Tribe represents a little more playful to me, and Beatnuts represents a little more like umph to me. So generally speaking, I tend to listen to more shit that has umph because I'm naturally a playful nigga. So naturally I'll be listening, like you know how they say you look for what you need in your partner to complete you? I tend to listen to more shit that completes me than I tend to listen to stuff that's more like what I am by nature. Like I'm more like Q-Tip and Fife than I am the Beatnuts. And that's my family. Les and Juju's family, but like, you know, they more on some street shit than Tribe is. So I tend to listen to that more like it gives me a little more of like a vitamin supplement thing, whereas Tribe is more like just that's what it is. I make beats too, you know what I mean. But you know, anyway, if that makes sense. Think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So you also went to jazz, also, right?
Big time. And I got the Miles Davis, I got the Joe Henderson up there, I got the what else I got over there? I got Returning Forever. Yeah, we fucks with the jazz, you know what I mean? And there you go. So it's like, but see, the cool thing about the Beatnuts is the older Beatnuts was jazzier. The older Beatnuts was right there with the jazz. As they a little later got a little more like rock, psychedelic rock.
Right.
Whereas and then Tribe got a little more like I guess you could almost say kind of you could say almost like neo-soulish in a way. Like, say it like that. And, just in terms sonically. So, anyways, but both of those groups to me are equals. I love both of them the same.
Oh yeah, both there.
Love them. To raise me.
Now check this out. You guys are super stage cats. Well, I mean, when you examine the stage, you know, stage performance means a lot. Tell me, come to shows, who you would prefer? MOP, Method Red. Oh yeah.
Wait. Now, what's the what you said? What I would prefer? What do you mean? Like,
so far as
to see or
yes, to see.
You know,
in your opinion, because both of them tough on the stage.
To be honest, I'm embarrassed to say this. Like, I really hate to say this, but I don't think I've seen MOP live.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've seen, and there's a part of me that's like, no, you saw him, and there's other voices like, no, nigga, you'd remember if you've seen MOP live. Shut up. You want, like, I'm over here like, I don't think, no, nigga, I didn't see them live because I'd remember that shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
but I'll tell you this, though.
Right.
Even regardless, I'm going to go with Method Red. I believe, I'm going to say this live on the air for anybody who wants to quote me. I believe the greatest hip-hop stage master of all time is Method Red.
Oh, yeah.
Facts.
Because this is what I'm saying. Let me define that. Like, what I mean by that is I'm a dancer. Mess
Right.
has the dances. He does all
Yeah.
like hard
I
shit. Like,
always say that.
he's got a combination of like the finesse, but
With his hands.
gangster shit.
Yeah.
He cool.
Yeah.
I've seen that nigga come out on stage in ways that I've never seen anybody. I'll never forget this motherfucker came out at the House of Blues in LA one time, and it was back in the day when they was coming out with the Wu-Tang Clan and nothing to fuck with, and they come out with RZA was started off, you know, come out, and then Inspector Deck, and then it's that breakdown. Hey, yo, y'all ready for the Method Man? Y'all ready for the Method Man? Y'all ready for the... And this nigga comes flying out on a little scooter, standing on the scooter, flying out, and he jumps off the scooter. The scooter's still going, crashed on the stage. The meth will come out! Come on!
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh, man.
You are always going to be the GOAT.
Entertainers.
I was like, LL's always going to be the GOAT, but I ain't never seen nothing like that.
That's big.
I got to give it to Method Man. That's my nigga. And I'm going to say this, too, because we going in. Since you asked, you want the truth? You want the truth?
Go ahead.
This is what it is. Niggas, I'm a rap professor, super scientist, study master. Method Man is low-key like Michael Jordan, where niggas copied his body language.
Yes.
Like, he had these little things he did, that, like certain little moves that niggas weren't doing before him. And you see it like, Meth, to Cal.
Yes.
Period.
Most definitely bringing the swag, the drama.
Nephew, it wouldn't be right if I don't say this. Speak on the album, The Fabulous Imagination. Tell me what makes this project different from these other projects you've done. What kind of sauce you got on it, fam?
Good question.
Tell me how you cook this and how long it took you to cook it.
I like that. Okay, so with me and MONEYB, the MONEYB and Younghump, the songs that have come out, we've been hitting niggas with that slap. Been the slaps. We got MEKANIX joints. My man Mike Ballard who's in here, Jesky Beats. Like, we coming with the turn up slaps, you know, shit YG and them with rap too.
Right.
My album is sounding like Beatnuts, Tribe, old Ant Banks. Like 93
wow, he said Ant Banks.
Like, my shit sounded like WC in the Mad Circle's first album. My shit is like, it's more samples, you know, it's that old school kind of like whoop wop. There's some new shit on there to a degree, but there's no slap, 808, none of that. Because I want to have different palettes. Like, we have that over here. We got the mob music with Too Short. We got all that. We got slaps that like I said, you can hear YG and, you know, Raps of Love and all that. We have that. In addition to that, we have shit with jazz piano loops over breakbeats. So it's got a different feel. Because some motherfuckers, they prefer that. So I said for my first album, I'm going to give niggas that. Because at one point I was going to mix the two. And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to just keep this in this vibe. Because what's amazing about, like, all the people that fuck with our music is some people come and say, man, you know, I want that classic old sounding digital shit. So my album sonically is more in alignment with, let's say, the first two digital albums. Sonically, it's more of that type of texture. Whereas the MONEYB and Young Hump shit is more competitive now. What's going on with the slap and that shit? Because
Right.
I love it all equally. It ain't that
Right.
I don't love one more or the other, but it's just kind of like, it was kind of like I like, okay, this is the gray joint, this is the orange joint. You know what I mean?
Right.
You fuck with this, you go over here. And ultimately, people that fuck with you gonna fuck with you all around the board. But it's I'm a fan of projects that have a consistency to them, where when you listen to the album, it sounds like you know, you listen to some albums and they have so many different types of producers, like with different sounds. It just feels like you're at a food festival and there's one truck that has like lobster, and then over here they got hot dog, and here they got sushi, and then here they got pizza, and here they got Indian food. It's like, that's cool, but nigga, you can fuck around, your stomach might be spinning. Like,
Right.
you go to Little Italy, nigga, and it's chili here, it's ravioli next door, and it's pizza next door. We in the same pocket, nigga. It's olives and tomatoes.
Right.
So,
Straight like
I
that.
like, you know what I mean? I like to keep my shit a little bit like, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's the first project, 33 minutes of funk, you know what I mean? And so, yes, that's kind of my thing. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, my last question is this, nephew. Tell me, because I know MONEYB is going to also drop a solo album.
Oh, absolutely.
And pretty sure you guys going to do another digital. You did.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Tell me the future for Digital Underground. What should we expect in the future? And also for Younghump.
I got you. Okay. Well, and to speak to what you said, so the original plan pre-pandemic was we was going to drop the MONEYB and Younghump album, and then we was going to drop our solos, you know, shortly thereafter. And, you know, to be really honest, you know, Mun was up to thinking we want to drop the MONEYB and Younghump album when we can tour that motherfucker, because he, you know, he's coming from that, like, album tour. So 2020 came and threw shit off. In the process of that, we added a couple other songs, so we finished that. I dropped the mixtape. If anybody want my mixtape, you can hit me in my DM and get it from me directly, because the mixtape ain't online like that, because it's got some things. Yeah, absolutely. And I'll send it to y'all on the strength. But anybody else want to hit me in the DM, and we'll work something out. And $20, you know, I'm just sending this motherfucker. But I'm sending like the zip file and shit. But long story short, I literally put that out because I was struggling at the time, trying to figure out some paper. I was like, nigga, I gotta make some money, nigga, win the shows. I was out there struggling. So I threw the thing, because I had the idea, but I just hadn't really like knocked it out. Boom, put that out. Okay, fast forward to the Younghump solo album. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I ain't even told nobody this yet. But we just did Drink Champs. And I literally was like, yo, we going on Drink Champs. I want to have my album ready, so when we get that look, nigga got an album out. So I was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like the MONEYB Younghump album, it's still, we can't rush it like that, because it's other producers that gotta send, it's like little with other people. So whereas my shit, it was just like, it's me. So I scrambled to finish it and put it out so it'd be ready for when that shit drops, which we drop relatively soon. So that was kind of like my incentive to like put it out now to capture, you know, what's coming type shit. So that was kind of my thing. So but then to answer your question about the MONEYB Younghump album, it'll probably be first quarter next year. You know what I mean? As for the Digital Underground album, which we've been talking about, and there are a few songs that are in mind, and obviously, you know, with Shock having passed, it creates another situation in terms of like how we gonna approach it. But you know, because we want to make sure it's true to what it is. We don't want to make a sad album, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. So we want to do. I actually have an idea for ill-ass tribute idea that I ain't told nobody about. I might have told Mom, but I ain't told nobody about. But I got an idea. So just to keep the spirit up, because you know we want to keep the spirit what it is. So hopefully, I'm hoping that we can. I would love it if we could have the album ready by his birthday. That's what I want.
Okay.
You
See,
know,
that's
so maybe my next his birthday is August 25th. You know what I mean? So that's I would like that. Hopefully we can pull it off. We'll see. You know what I mean?
Yo, for real. Well, you know, nephew, I had to bring you to the show because not only, you know, have I seen you continue the legacy of Shaka and the Humpty Hump story, man. You know, you've inspired a lot of people. You know, you've given people your heart, your time, your mind. You put people up on game. You know, consultations and all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Been around some of the best. When you was asked to step to the plate, you stepped up. You did. Not only stepped up to the plate, you were successful at stepping up to the plate. Tonight, what we want to do, as Mamafee likes to always say, we don't want to do like Drink Champ say, he'll give you your flowers. We want to walk through the garden where they barely give you your flowers before it's time for you to go, and just let you know and give you that love, not flowers, but give you that love, letting you know that, hey, what you're doing is not in vain. It's motivating to the world. It's motivating to the culture. You're still an icon that we look at, that we listen to, that we look to. Continue to be that example, nephew.
Yes, sir.
Continue to be that man of honor, that man of peace, love, and having fun. Because every time we see you, and even see your face and even the nose, we know what it is.
Exactly. Right.
And tonight again, we want to thank you. And if anything you need, nephew, I'm here. Any new releases you have, tap back in. We're like talking about it.
Please do. Yes.
And we thank you for coming to the podcast. You did?
Man, that's beautiful, man. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, from the top of my nose. Every one of these shiny motherfuckers here is saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For real, that man, y'all honor me, and I keep honoring y'all. That's real shit. Like, I really appreciate that, and you know, it's a lot that come with it, and I just make sure to do what I can to make sure that everybody is good with it. And so you saying that to me really make me feel like I'm understood, and that shit is really important. We all seek to be understood, and they say love is the highest form of understanding. So it's like, I really thank you for that, man. And likewise, y'all need me, you know what I mean? I'm there for y'all, you know what I mean? Real shit, I really appreciate that. Both of y'all, for real.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that.
Well, I tell you what, we really enjoyed you tonight.
Yes,
I like talking about it, huh, man?
Yes.
And hey, make sure y'all go download that, man.
Go
you know what I'm saying?
Go get it right
Tap
now.
in the fabulous imagination of the young humpster.
Go get it
this
right
thing.
now, y'all.
Hey, man, new chef in town cooking up some new, you dig?
Yes,
It's
sir.
slap, man, for your trunk, you dig?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, thank you again, nephew, man.
Yes.
Hey, until next time, say, man, hit UNK up, man. Hit Mamafee up, man. Let us know what you're doing, man, and we'll tap in again, you dig?
Absolutely. And y'all let me know when y'all come out to La Leezy. You know, maybe we connect if everything lines up. That'd be beautiful.
Man, it's a bet. I'll be out there next week, man. I'll tap in with you, huh?
Please do.
Bet, man. And hey, man, at the same time, be safe, man, and much love, man. Big shout outs to the whole underground, man, the MEKANIX and also MONEYB, man. Much respect and love.
Yes.
You did?
Yes. My people
Hey, we out of
y'all.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
And let's keep this thing going.
That's right. Big facts.
Big facts, Trey.
Love y'all, for real.
Each one, teach one. You dig? Hey, another episode of Light Talking About it. Till next time, nephew. Bow.
Peace, King. Peace, Queen.
Already, peace,
Love
King. Love you, family.
That's the nose. Oh, man. thank you, you guys, for tapping in.
You know it is.
Oh my goodness, we thank you.
Time, man. Like
thank you for the comments, you guys. We really appreciate the love. Thank y'all so much. What did you think, babe? I thought it was awesome.
Good interview, good student of the game.
Yes.
You know, I appreciate those type of
very informative. Yes.
Yeah. You know, we had a lot of great interviews, man. It's just great to speak to the youngsters that's doing it.
Big shouts out to everybody that came on the show.
Everybody, man. We appreciate everybody took out the time to come and just look at the podcast, you did.
Yes, thank y'all so much.
For real. Then Tuesday we got another hot joint, you know what I'm saying? We taking back onto the west, you did what I'm saying? Back out there. We're gonna have James Too Cool in the spot. Hey man, y'all kept doing some ill things. Make sure you tap in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, UNK45IVE.
Mamafee 45.
Hey, that was like talking about it podcast. Hey, get at your boy. You know the recipe, man.
Thank y'all. Good night.
Hey.